Hello everybody, my name is SonicSpeed123606, and before I get started with this video, I would just like to say it's been a long time coming since my face reveal was needed, so here it is. And right now, I am looking into creating something very special for cosplay, so let's get this started. Alright, so right here we have a little something that I've been working on for my original character from the Rooster Teeth series show RWBY, spelled RWBY. Right now it's going in its 6th season, and to be honest with you, I think that it's in for something quite interesting. Let me just rotate this real quick. There we go. As you can see, this is a sword that I'm working on. It's called the Speed Star. Basically, this is named after the car that you find in Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. Basically, I decided to create something that was both a sword and a shotgun. Most of the weapons that you see in RWBY are different weapons that come as a weapon of range and a weapon of melee. Not sure if that quite made... Not exactly sure if that made much sense, but anyhow. This, gotta say, at this point, I've done some pretty good work here. All the materials that I used include this lightsaber hilt from Blade Blasters. Decided to use a Darth Vader hilt. So, what I did was I let the blade out and we cut it at a certain angle. In such a way that all of the inside would be exposed. Basically, it's nothing but a large tube down in there, but it's perfect for the next component, this Nerf Microshot's Fire Strike. Basically, what I did was I put the lightsaber hilt into the back of that to make it look like a very good gun as well. So, basically what you would do is you would pull this little plunger down and then pull the trigger. Now, this came with darts, but for this project, it didn't seem very fitting for me. Okay. I also decided to use a couple of drumsticks, as you can see here. Hickory. So, these are old ones, so kids, never destroy your drumsticks unless you have a reason to. A very good one. Because percussion is probably one of the best things you're ever going to have. So this was basically to be used to help shape the blaster a little more. Kind of create a frame. And then I sealed this bullet casing up top, and it appears to be a just try to stay steady. Let me see. According to this, it appears, I'm not sure if you could see this very well, but I can't read it. It's kind of weird. Let me try this again. And nope, no good. Anyway, basically what I did was use these drumsticks and sawed off an end of an old one. And then I used JB Weld to seal these together. At the bottom you have this half of a drumstick. It was pretty old and the wood was about to splinter. So we basically just sawed the end off and then we JB welded it. You may also see there's a little bit of white down in there. Basically what had happened was it was about to break and it snapped off after we screwed it in and JB welded it. So what we used was Gorilla Glue, the clear grip kind. And that stuff is very good to look into. If you're trying to make a prop with plexiglass, which is the next component, then yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good stuff, and it's recommended to use 24 hours of cure time to maximum the bond strength. And you'll see right here, you need to wait for about 2 minutes for the stuff to partially dry. Then you put them together. I'd say that I did a pretty good job with that. So when it comes to the plexiglass, what I did was saw these pieces so that they looked rather identical. They're basically the longer parts of the blade to the sword, which is the other mode. So it took a whole lot of elbow grease, sanding, and polishing. So the best way to go around this is to first start off with 220 grit sandpaper, and then 400, 800, maybe 1200. And then you use a Comet and water paste to help soften the edges up. And then once you do that, and once it gets to something that you like, then you will end up polishing by using toothpaste across the whole thing. And it should come out very nice. Very nice indeed. So, again, both of these big pieces that you see here, they took quite a bit of time. Over here by the barrel of the Fire Strike, you end up getting a little bit of this mayhem, if you will, of glue and unpolished plexiglass. So that helped. Basically what I use that for is to cover the barrel a little bit. So you basically have air vents of the blasts coming from the top here. I suppose that could be one way to do it. After I was able to glue these on, and we had moved it to my new place by then, and I'm filming here at this location right at the moment, so that was how we did it. That's how I polished it, and then I glued it on. Very much like this. The smaller blades, I didn't exactly sand completely. We had sanded it to as much as it would go, and then I tried to do the paste, but it didn't exactly work out so well. So what I did was just leave them be, because time was running out for another Comic-Con that I'm interested in going to. Well, it's my first, actually, but you get the idea. And then I just sandwiched two pieces together using the clear grip Gorilla Glue as much as I could. And that would make the tip of the blade. Very soon, I had a little bit of trouble trying to keep these two pieces pinched together, if you will. And what I did was I glued these pieces right here to see if I could keep enough space between there without pinching or breaking the bigger pieces of plexiglass. I found that very useful. When it came to the transformation part, I decided to use a nut and a bolt that was about 1/2 inch thick. Currently, we are going to need to add some sort of lock some sort of spray to make sure that this doesn't get loosened over time. So, now that we've got that out of the way, allow me to demonstrate what this is like. So, in shotgun mode, the Speedstar sword is pretty much just like you see right here on our freezer. So, this would be the barrel, and the kind of ammunition you would store within that. It all depends on the situation. Say that there's birds, like small grim, that are coming up. Basically what that will do is fire these little balls called shot. Once the shot is fired, usually these small pellets will hit the bird, and then you will end up killing it. Another kind is the buckshot. That is bigger. The balls are bigger, and you can kill a deer with it. But the most dangerous one, and one that can kill turn a Tom Turkey into hamburger. Sorry, but I've got turkeys here. So anyway, what I see here is the slug. Basically, it's just a bullet inside a shotgun. You fire that thing, bang. These are usually used for the big guys, like horse riding Grim and whatnot. So, right here, you once again have the vents up top, can help it project the air out. This plunger can be used to help direct the shot. And then right here, you end up getting the scope. What I did was, I thought that the ring would work out for a good iron scope. So sometimes you need to look down and get a clearer shot. So that's how it's done there. So, what you would do is, you take this weapon. This is first person view, so I'm sorry. And then, basically, if special effects were in play, you would just fire the thing. If you're looking hit, and then in order to prepare for the next shot, you just pull the plunger back out. And then in first person, you would end up firing like that. And then the transformation part. This was probably my favorite kind of deal for the whole weapon. Basically, once you have the shot fired, you do not keep this down. You don't pull the plunger down. What you would do instead is you would lower the ring in order to lower your sight. And then what I was able to do with the nut and bolt was we were able to rotate it at a specific fulcrum in order to give it its sword-like appearance. And now you're ready for battle as a huntsman using the Speedstar sword. We're almost done with this, but I just wanted to show you the progress that we've made thus far with this weapon. So far, we're almost finished. Now it's just a question of painting it a certain way. So, Rooster Teeth, hopefully you'll get my character and the National Summons Association into the show. And I will update you guys on this weapon's progress. We just need a little more time on it. So, that's how it's going to be. But anyway, thank you guys so much for another amazing adventure in cosplay. If you liked it, punch the like button in the face like a boss. And high fives around. Well, thank you guys, and I will see all of you dudes next time.